It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll be watching the Patriots' athletic corner, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Path to the Colts, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out onto the field comes the Colts offense for their first series. And at quarterback, a new name this year to the franchise, of course, but certainly not new to the league. A 15-year vet, former league MVP, Matt Ryan.
And when you start with listing a guy's accomplishments like Matt Ryan's, all these years in the league, near the top of the league in completions and percentage, touchdowns each and every year, has won an MVP, taken his team to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a guy who might be finished, but he still has gas left in the tank. Big right arm, great leader, the face of his franchise.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 64 yards.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does. They want to make sure they get him there.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. First and 10, Taylor now. Taken down at the 42. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Again, it's Taylor, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Ryan. He's got his man, that's Woods, on the out route. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. Now Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. On second down, it's Taylor. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. To throw is Ryan. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Moss. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his 2nd season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Throwing Jones. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down. And you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. 2nd drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time. Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on third. Now Ryan. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on third down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
On the handoff, Taylor. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now it's Ryan. His throw incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's Ryan to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. Well, go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And a loose football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Jake Bailey now. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of this season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Ryan. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
That's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. Folk's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. So
here are the Colts to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Ryan. And that going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Ryan. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 43. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Ryan. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. New England's offense set to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
To throw again on second down. Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
A gain of a yard. Brings up
On 2nd and 9. Jones. And caught by Henry. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nick Folk for the Patriots field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, that good stuff. You got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Ryan. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, Ryan. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again is Ryan. He'll get this one to Pittman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. To throw is Ryan. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Patriots with the football here late in this 1st half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Jones throw there complete to Myers. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Throwing Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots. Nelson Aguilar in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Patriots are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the 2nd half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the 1st half.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. With the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3 as they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but there are definitely opportunities now because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Harris running straight ahead, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On second down, this is Harris pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jones now from the gun on third down. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Ryan. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. They're going right back to Pittman. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
So the Patriots coming out now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones fires the out route and completes it to Harris. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones finding Bourne here over the middle. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Patriots. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Jones. It's caught. Smith. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Looking to throw. Jones setting up the screen. Harris. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Jones. Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris. Gets by him at the 25. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Volk's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here's Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3 and out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. And this offense on third down today, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Now that was a Panthers nightmare. Totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off play action. Jones. Complete. It's Henry. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's surprising that Indianapolis is Yannick Ngakoue's 5th team in the last 4 seasons. He's never had fewer than 8 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in a year, producing everywhere he's been.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal. The 1-yard line.
2 They give it off here to the tight end. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jelani Woods with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Henry's got it out on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
10 yards. That's another Patriots first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Jones on 1st down. It's brought in by Harris. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Complete to Damian Harris. It's a pickup of 3.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw again. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jones now throwing on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's another
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Parker's got it for a Patriots touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. First and 10, Taylor now. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often, not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for Indianapolis, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the